Alright, I'm here to talk to you about Street Fighter Assassin's Fist, which I love this movie, I really do. It's one of those things where it's like, it's a very long movie. Yeah, as a big Street Fighter nerd, it never feels like it's super long, if that makes sense. Like, this is over 2 hours, like a little bit, I think 2.5? Maybe just a little bit less. Let me double check the runtime. I've got it running here, just so I can kind of double check these things. Oh yeah, it says it's 2.5 hours. So it is long. It's a beast. It is a beast of a film. But for me personally, it never feels like, oh, come on, hurry the fuck up. Because this is stuff like I feel like I've always wanted to see, but you'd never get in the games. This is very much like early days of Ryu and Ken. Like, I feel this is pre Street Fighter 1, I think, because it's Ryu and Ken training with Goken, and then you get a lot of flashbacks with Gotetsu, Goken, and so in this, which I really kind of I like this idea, they merge Goki and Akuma. So Goki was basically his name before. I think he kind of becomes Akuma, which I kind of love. I kind of love that as an idea. I'm just like, you know what? I like that. His name is Goki, and then he becomes Akuma. And I'm like, I like that. It's like I like Charlie Nash. I'm like, okay, that makes perfect sense, because Nash as of like a first name, it just feels weird, right? He's like, that's in English that just doesn't sound right. It's like, oh, I'm Nash. Like, I mean, it maybe works as a nickname, but kind of needs like a proper name. And honestly, I've got this limited edition copy, which I think was the only way to own it, because I don't generally buy steelbooks, because I'm just like, well, it's just the same fucking movie, just more awkward to put in storage. But yeah, this is honestly such a treat for Street Fighter fans to just, because it's made by like Street Fighter fans. Yeah, they did like a fan like short film that was like not really short film, but just like 5-10 minutes I think, and that was kind of like a proof of concept. And then they were going to do a Kickstarter, but then they didn't do a Kickstarter because they'd already secured funding. It's a weird one. That sometimes happens with Kickstarters. They go, we're going to do it a Kickstarter. No, we're not. They're like, what? But you just said you were going to do it. Nah, we're not going to do that. Like, oh, okay. Okay, alright then. Bit strange, but okay. That's what's good. Notice this bit of a dent in here. Don't know where that came from. Oh well, don't really care. It's still awesome. So, yeah. It has that, and it's just to see these kind of characters and see that relationship with Ryu, Ken, and Goken, which you don't really see. And one thing I love is, because I think it's been established that Ken's dad was always good friends with Goken, and that's why he left Ken with him, because Ken was basically becoming a dick. I think was the established canon is like, becoming a bit of a dick. He needs to learn some. Needs to learn some a little bit of discipline. It's like, and I'm never quite sure how long Ken has been left there. Like, he's trained there for a while. Is he just left there? Like, how long has he been in just Japan? Like, does he get to see how often does his dad come visit? I have so many questions. I just have so many questions. Like I know Ken trains with Goku, but it's just like, is he just there for like 10 years or so? Because not 10 years. I think it's like 8 years or something. From what I remember when I was watching it, I think it was like about 8. I worked it out. I was like, okay, there are 0, there's consider they're for about 8 years or thereabouts. Yeah, how long they spend training with Goken. It's just like, and his dad does come in a few times. And he's just like, so does he go back to America, or does he just stay with Goken for quite a long time? There's a cameo in this, which I love, because Ryu and Ken basically go to a bar, and they get in fight with soldiers. But before they do, well, no, it's during basically the announcer is Ono, Yoshihiro Ono, yes, who's basically the producer for Street Fighter, well, through Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 5, until Capcom basically went no. And I feel like they were going to try and maybe squeeze in and like, yeah, it's the army, and I'm like, are you, like American army? I'm like, are you gonna try and sneak in a Guile or Charlie? Or maybe they just went, maybe not. Like, it feels like one of those moments where you could quite easily sneak in a Guile or a Cody. Yeah, and basically, I think Ken finds some old parchments about kind of the Dark Hado, or the Setsubi no Hado, and Ryu kind of gets taken over by it, and Akuma senses it, and Goken basically sends Ken and Ryu away, and that's kind of how the film ends, is like Goken and Akuma facing off. And we never got like a sequel to this, because then I feel like Capcom pushed it more to be like, no, do a Street Fighter 5 thing. Do a Street Fighter 5 thing, because there's a sequel to this, which I don't think has a physical release, because probably no one wanted it. No, I feel like I'm being a bit harsh, but I'm just like, Resurrection, which I can't find a physical release. And yeah, great. It was on Machinima's YouTube channel. Like, great, the fucking channel has been shut down. Yeah. That has DiCaprio. Who? Did anyone want DiCaprio? Is anyone a big DiCaprio fan? Other than the fact that she was broken in like Street Fighter 5? No, 4. That's the one. Where she first appears. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to track down that at some point. I do want to watch that. I do want to watch some of the Street Fighter 4 stuff. We'll get to that. But yeah, this film, honestly, I just watch it and just, I don't feel bored. And again, it might be the Street Fighter nerd in me that's just loving all these little moments. Like loving just Ryu and Ken hanging out, working together, training. To me, it's great. I love there's like a old man that's always teasing like Ryu and Ken, and mostly Ken, just because foreigner, just like keeps teasing him. And that character, I just for some reason that character kind of just tickles me a little bit. It's just a little bit silly, and you're like, it needs it a little bit. And I do love, but I love these. No character really feels like wrongly cast or anything. Like Goken, young Goken, Gotetsu, Akuma, Goki, Ryu, Ken. Everyone just feels right. These characters feel right. They feel alive as characters and in this world. And I'm just like, I honestly, I will gush about this. And it may be just purely the Street Fighter fan in me that just loves seeing these characters together. Love seeing these two just kind of hanging out, interacting. With their master being trained. and they're just great. They honestly are. I'm just every time I'm just like, you know, this is a Goken that's, you know, basically has lost his best friend and his master, so he's a little bit hesitant to train Ryu and Ken in some of the, you know, darker things of the martial arts, and you're like, that makes perfect sense. This works, you know. He's like, yeah, you're getting ready, but yeah, we need to be careful, you know, because he doesn't want them to, you know, become Akuma basically, and has to say goodbye to them, and, you know, possibly die. Not really, if we know Street Fighter 4. We know Goken comes back, even though the whole fucking wall of the dojo is covered in blood. Yeah, and like Ryu discovers this, and Goken is somehow still alive. Anyway, but that's not in this film. This film definitely, like, has an end credits, which is like, yeah, Ryu and Ken, and I feel like, yeah, Ryu and Ken are like just come out of the airport in America, and you're like, yeah. And I feel like they were gonna do like Street Fighter 1 or something similar. Like maybe throw in a few more alpha characters into it, because there aren't that many like Street Fighter 1 characters that are known. Like, you have Ryu and Ken, you have Birdie, who's for some reason is a bit ill, so he's white. He'll later become black, which is always a weird thing. Eagle is one of the big ones, mostly because he was in Capcom vs SNK 2 and then Street Fighter Alpha 3. Try to think who else is in it. Obviously Sagat. Is it Adon? Adon's in it. Is Adon in it? I forget who's in Street Fighter 1, I'll be honest. Like, I've maybe played it once or twice. It's not one I go back to because it's hard to play. Because it's a bit shit. It is a bit shit. As it goes. It's just a bit shit. Let me just pull up the characters. So you have Ryu Ken. You have Retsu and Geki. So Retsu's recently appeared in Street Fighter 6 as kind of a side character, not a playable one. Joe and Mike, who, I mean, Mike's kind of replaced by, you know, Balrog. But he's kind of a very similar character. It's one of those weird things where you realise it's like, oh, that character's not the same character. Why did they make them separate? Because they're very, very similar characters. But ignoring that, Lee, Gen, which would be cool to see Gen. I would like to see Gen in one of the films, and you know, maybe more kind of more akin to his look in, yeah, Street Fighter 1 and Street Fighter Alpha. Birdie, I think you just ignore the fact that he was sick in the first film. Maybe just have him with a cough or something, just as an homage to it. Eagle, and then yeah, Adon and Sagat. Which I always forget Adon was in the first Street Fighter game. Because it's just like, oh yeah, you were in that game, weren't you? Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm pontificating about what could have been with a sequel to this. That wasn't, yeah, Resurrection, which was trying to more tie into Street Fighter 5. Like, that would have been nice, wouldn't it? But we never got that. Oh well. One day maybe. There is going to be a there is going to be a resurrection. Oh, resurrection. Well, technically a resurrection, but I mean a legendary entertainment who handle like the Godzilla stuff have the rights, so they're going to do a Street Fighter movie, maybe. But we'll see where that goes. But yeah, like I said, Assassin's Fist. It's in my heart. I love the film. I can happily watch it at any time, even for the 2 hours 2.5 hours it is. Like, it never feels like, oh, really? It just never, to me, it never feels like a slog. It's enjoyable. I love it. I honestly love it. And you can tell the passion that went into this, and it's clearly done by people who love these games. But yeah, that's enough from me. I've talked enough about this film. I'm going to sign off now. Yeah. For now, I say, live long and prosper, and we'll see you next time for more Street Fighter. I think. Am I doing any more movies? Maybe not. I'm pontificating about doing the cartoon at some point. But I think the next one for me is going to be the Tekken anime. Not the live action movies, we've already done those. And then... what else was it? Oh, the Blood Vengeance, the 3D movie. I've watched that once, and I have forgotten most about it. So it'll be fun to watch that again. But for now I say, live long and prosper.